Hey everyone, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, and in today's video, it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I want to talk about all the upcoming 4K releases that I'm aware of and have been rumored throughout the next several months. So we're talking, the rest of June, July, August of 2021. There's a lot of good information out there. I haven't made one of these videos in a while, so I wanted to keep you all updated on what's coming to the format and drive some more excitement about some of these really great movies that we're going to be able to see in 4K very shortly. So most of this video will be me kind of reading through a list and giving you a quick maybe 10, 15, 30-second overview on why I'm excited about some of these titles, what I think about them, how successful they may be, and their potential on 4K. Sort of just a little preview from what I know about the process that's gone into some of these and what you can expect from different studios. And I'll kind of overlay this with, screenshots of the artwork that's out there and, little screenshots from the movie. But that'll be sort of the format for this video. And so with that being said, I'm going to jump right into it here. So we're starting off on June 8th, which is just a couple weeks out from when I've made this video, June 8th, 2021. This was in my previous video, but this is still worth mentioning again. Indiana Jones, the complete 4K collection, is coming out on June 8th. So we'll all have that in our hands very, very soon. Super cool release. I cannot wait to check out those movies in 4K. Some of my most anticipated for the format and ones that I've been looking forward to for a long time. So make sure you stay tuned for that review. But Indiana Jones 4K, all of them, even the one you don't like, the fourth movie, are coming to 4K on June 8th. Now on June 15th, we have one catalog title from Sony, and we also have a new release. So first off, we have In the Line of Fire, the Clint Eastwood movie. Pretty interesting choice for 4K. It's not necessarily, I'd say, even one of Eastwood's biggest movies. Maybe not the one, one of the ones he's most well known for, but it was a pretty big hit back in the day. The movie is a lot of fun to watch, and anything that was shot on film like that, I'm always very interested in how that's going to look on 4K. Sony usually does a good job, so I have high hopes for that one. But it's maybe not the Clint Eastwood movie most people expected to come to 4K first, but it's nice to see some of these deeper catalog cuts still coming to the format. And now also on June 15th, we have the new release, Godzilla vs. Kong. So that one should be an outstanding 4K disc. I'm really looking forward to the audio on that. I thought the HBO Max stream where I watched it was a little bit weak, so I want to watch it again on a physical media format on the 4K disc. I expect a lot from the HDR and a lot from the Atmos track that comes attached to this. It should be a great overall home theater experience, much like Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters and Kong Skull Island all were. So now fast forwarding a couple weeks, this is one title that I'm really excited for, and on June 29th, we are getting Willy Wonka on 4K. Now, I've made this comment before, and I actually just posted on TikTok the other day. Somebody asked me, what's the best 4K disc out there? And I pulled out 2001: A Space Odyssey. But I have really high hopes for Willy Wonka, and I think it could be the best 4K disc, or definitely a top 5 disc. I think about the colors in that. I think about what HDR could do to that movie. I think about the audio quality, the audio potential with all the musical moments in the movie, and just the fact that it was a really high quality available film source gives me really, really high hopes for how this is going to look on 4K. I really do think it could be a total stunner, and so that's one of the ones I'm most looking forward to grabbing on this format. So now jumping ahead into July. July is absolutely jam-packed with 4K releases. So if you're not saving your money already for July, I'd suggest doing it now. On July 6th, we have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This had been 4K mastered a while back and had been rumored to be coming to disc for a long time, but it's finally making it. Really excited to see. That has huge audio potential and really great HDR potential as well, so that could be a great disc. Then we also have the individual release of Doctor Strangelove. Now, there was a 4K scan previously available of Doctor Strangelove as a Criterion Blu-ray, and it was available as part of the Columbia Classics Volume 1 box set, but now it is coming as a standalone 4K disc. So if you didn't buy Columbia Classics, but you wanted Doctor Strangelove, this is a good sign for those consumers out there, because it points to the fact that probably stuff like Lawrence of Arabia and maybe Gandhi and the other titles that were in that box set will eventually be released individually as well. And now also on July 6th, we get a couple childhood nostalgic 4K movies. First up is Space Jam with Michael Jordan and the Looney Tunes. That's coming out to coincide with the new Space Jam movie with LeBron, which hopefully is trash, because LeBron is trash. I just don't like LeBron. But he is a great actor. He whines so much on the court that that acting performance he puts on in the NBA every game may translate well to Space Jam, so we'll see. But that one is coming out to coincide with the new Space Jam. That could be an interesting looking 4K transfer. It'll be an interesting review, because you've got animation and live action kind of intertwined. Not the greatest technology at the time, very nostalgic, but that could be an iffy 4K disc. And then on July 6th, we also have Howard the Duck, which again, I think was a shocker. I think people saw this announced and honestly thought it was like an April Fool's joke. But we are getting Howard the Duck, maybe the least known or least respected Marvel character out there. Believe it or not, it is a Marvel character, Howard the Duck. But we're getting that movie on 4K. So shot on film, could actually be half decent. Lots of practical effects, but we'll see what happens with that one. Now, jumping up 1 week to July 13th, we have 2 catalog titles coming out on that day. First one is Snatch, the very popular Guy Ritchie movie with Brad Pitt as a kind of like gypsy boxer. Hilarious role for him, but a very good movie. Another Sony release, should be a good 4K transfer. And then we also have Almost Famous coming out on 4K from Paramount. That's going to have a 4K steelbook, and then interestingly enough, it's also going to have a 4K mastered Blu-ray, which is going into the Paramount Presents line. So they're still doing Paramount Presents, but this is nice to see that maybe on some of the more popular Paramount Presents titles, you'll also get the 4K option like we do here. Now, bumping up to July 20th, we've got one new release. This has been confirmed as the date for Spiral from the Book of Saw. This is the new Chris Rock Saw movie that takes place in the Saw franchise, the horror movie franchise universe. That's coming to 4K on July 20th. And then on July 27th, 1 week after that, we have another new release and a really cool Arrow Video 4K. So the Arrow Video 4K is The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. That one is a very famous Italian horror movie. One of the better titles in Arrow's catalog, I think. And there is a limited edition release that's limited to only 1,500 copies coming out a couple weeks prior. But this is the standard limited edition from Arrow coming out on the 27th. And then you'll probably get a standard edition at some point. But Arrow Video's killed it on 4K, so I'm interested in that one. And then also on July 27th, we're getting A Quiet Place Part 2. So that's a quick turnaround. It's just hitting theaters this weekend for Memorial Day, and they're quickly spinning that out onto disc just about 2 months later. So it's nice to see that gap closing, and I'll be able to see this movie quickly because it's only a 2-month period between theatrical and home video. And now sort of the last one. This is a recently released title. This is coming from Shout Factory. Scream Factory is their horror offshoot, but this one's coming from Shout, and it's the Transformers animated movie. This previously had a Blu-ray steelbook release maybe 5 or 6 years ago, which I own, but now they're re-releasing it in 4K. That's coming on August 3rd, and that is the furthest out right now that we know for any confirmed dates of 4K movies. So I will leave pre-order links to all of these that I can find in the description. If you want to pre-order them and you use my link, I appreciate that because it supports my channel. But I have to say, I never really recommend pre-ordering unless you want to lock in a limited edition or collector's edition, or you just want to make sure you get it on day one, because a lot of times I would wait for reviews and some other commentary to come out on these titles before I went and bought them. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, links down in the description, and make sure you check out all the other links for ways you can support. Plus, please make sure you subscribe and like the video so others will see this and we can spread the word about all the cool physical media and 4K stuff that's coming this summer. It's a really exciting time to be a collector and a 4K enthusiast. They're really starting to ramp up their production, and it's super exciting to see. So stick with me on the channel as I go through all of these and get as many reviews out in a timely manner as I can. I appreciate all the patience as I work through things. Remember, It's a one-man show. I try to do this as quick as I can, but I do have some more 4K reviews coming, collection updates, news, all kinds of stuff on the channel. So make sure you're up to date on all that. And other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy some of this exciting 4K news, and I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe out there.